restorative and modified Ashtanga. So we're going to start out with some sun breaths. So we'll bring the palms to heart center. And then we'll inhale, look up at the thumbs. Exhale, forward fold, relax the head and neck. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up, look up at the thumbs. And then palms, heart center. And we'll do that again. So we'll inhale, look up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up, look up at the thumbs. And palms, heart center, awesome. We'll do one more. Inhale, look up at the thumbs. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweeping the arms all the way up and palms back to heart center. Awesome. All right, so you're probably at the top of the mat. I'm going to come to the top of the mat and we're going to work on sun salutation A. So we'll inhale, the arms up over the head. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, come back into high plank. Staying here or low plank. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward dog. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Awesome. Inhale the feet back in between the hands to a flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up, look up at the thumbs, and back to Samastahiti. Arms down, and we'll do that one more time. We'll inhale, look up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, come back into high plank. Staying here or low plank. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward dog. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale the feet back in between the hands to a flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms, look up at the thumbs, and back to Samastahiti. We'll do one last one. We'll inhale the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, come back into high plank, maybe low plank. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward dog. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Nice. Inhale the feet back in between the hands to a flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up, look up at the thumbs, and then back to Samastahiti. Awesome. So we'll bring the hands to the waist and bring the feet out about 6 inches apart, sides of the feet parallel to the sides of the mat. And we'll inhale, look up at the ceiling. Exhale and fold forward. So maybe you want to grab onto the big toes with your 2-piece fingers or just bring the hands to the mat. We'll inhale, lengthen. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Nice. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale the hands to the waist. Inhale, look all the way up at the ceiling. Exhale and back to Samastahiti. Nice. So we'll work on triangle pose next. Inhaling the arms up over the head. Right foot steps out. Nice big step, 4 to 5 feet. The arms come down parallel to the ground. We'll turn the right toes towards the back of the mat, pigeon toe the left toes. Try to touch the back wall and then bring the right hand down wherever it's comfortable. Left hand points up to the ceiling, or you can bring the left hand to the waist and just look over the left shoulder. 3, 4, and 5. Nice. We'll do the other side. Inhaling all the way up, turning all the toes to the side of the mat, left toes to the top of the mat, pigeon to the right toes. We'll try to touch the front wall and bring the left hand down. Looking up at the right fingertips, or remember you can bring the right hand to the waist, looking over the right shoulder. 3, 4, and 5. Engaging your core muscles, maybe bend into the knee. We'll inhale all the way up, and we'll do reverse triangle. So we're turning all the toes towards the back of the mat, windmilling the left hand to the outside of the right foot, or the inside of the right foot. We'll bring the right arm up to the ceiling or maybe to the waist, looking over the right shoulder. 3, 4, and 5. Awesome. Look down at the right toes for balance. We're going to windmill the arms as we're bringing the toes to the side of the mat, the toes to the top of the mat. This time the right hand comes to the inside of the left foot. Left hand comes up to the ceiling or to the waist, looking over the left shoulder. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Nice. Looking down at the left toes. We're going to windmill the arms and bring the right arm and the right foot back to the top of the mat. Awesome. Next, we'll work on side angle pose. So we'll inhale the arms up over the head. Right foot steps out again. Nice big step, 4 to 5 feet. Arms come down parallel to the ground. Right toes turns towards the back of the mat, pigeon toe the left toes. And we're going to bend into the right knee, creating a little space, bringing the elbow to the knee, and the left arm comes around so the bicep is by the ears. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Awesome. We're going to do the other side. So inhale, coming up. Turn all the toes to the side. Left toes to the top of the mat, bend into the left knee. Create a little bit of space, bringing the left elbow to the left knee. The right arm comes around. Bicep by the ear. Really grounding into that right heel behind you. Drishti is the right fingertips if you want to look up. 3, 4, and 5. Awesome. So we're going to inhale all the way up and we'll do our twist. So we're turning all the toes to the back of the mat. Left knee comes to the mat, palms to heart center. Taking an inhale, exhaling the left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Looking over the right shoulder. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Nice. Looking down at the right toes. We're going to pick up the left leg, windmill the arms, and come to the top of the mat for the other side. Palms to heart center. We'll inhale. Right elbow comes to the outside of the left knee, looking over the left shoulder. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Nice. Look down at the left toes. And we're going to come up and windmill the arms so the right arm and the right foot come to the top of the mat. Wide-legged forward fold is next. We'll inhale the arms up over the head. Right foot steps out. Nice big step again. We'll bring the hands to the waist. Sides of the feet are parallel to the top and the bottom of the mat. So we'll inhale, look up at the ceiling. Exhale and fold forward, bringing the hands to the mat. And so we'll inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, relax the head and neck. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, the hands to the waist. Inhale, come all the way up, look up at the ceiling. Exhale, relax the head and neck. We'll inhale the arms out, palms down. Exhale, the hands behind you, interlace the fingers. Inhale, look up at the ceiling. Exhale, and fold forward. Maybe bringing the clasped hands up to the ceiling or over the head. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Awesome. Bringing the hands back to the low back. We're going to inhale all the way up. Look up at the ceiling. Exhale, relax the head and neck. We'll bring the hands to the waist. We'll just do one more. So we'll inhale, look up at the ceiling again. Exhale, fold forward. And this time, if you'd like to grab onto the 2 big toes with your 2-piece fingers, you can. We'll inhale, lengthen, exhale, and take the pose. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Nice. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, the hands to the waist. Inhale all the way up, look up at the ceiling. Exhale, relax the head and neck. We're going to bend into the right knee and bring the right foot to meet the left and come to the top of the mat. We'll work on pyramid pose next. So we'll inhale, the arms up over the head. Right foot steps out, just maybe 3 feet this time. And as you're turning all the toes to the back of the mat, the hands come around behind you for reverse namaskar or grabbing opposite elbow. Inhale, look up at the ceiling. Exhale, and come forward over your right leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, come up. Turning all the toes to the side of the mat, all of the toes to the top of the mat. And we'll inhale, look up at the ceiling. Exhale, and come forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Nice. Inhale all the way up. And we're going to release the hands and bend the right knee, bring the right foot to meet the left. Awesome. All right, so let's work on a little bit of balancing. We're going to work on our separate standing leg pose first. Remember that you can always use your strap here, or you can grab onto the toe or your knee. So we'll start with the right leg. So the right foot comes out. You can also grab onto the knee if you'd like to. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Bringing the right leg out to the right side. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Coming back to center. We're going to point the toe. 3, 4, and 5. Awesome. Release all the way back down. And we'll do the other side. So grabbing onto the left toe, kicking out, or holding onto the knee. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And coming out to the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Awesome. We're going to come back to center, releasing the hand or kicking out the foot. 3, 4, and 5. Awesome. Release back down. And so we'll work on tree pose next. So if you like to do the tree where you're bringing your heel up to your right heel up to your left hip crease, you can. Or you can do a more traditional tree, bringing the foot wherever you like on your left leg. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Awesome. Releasing the right leg back down. And we'll do the other side. So wherever you're the most comfortable, remember you can bring your left heel up to the right hip crease. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Awesome. Release the left leg back down. And we're going to stay at the top of the mat and we'll do a sun breath. So we'll inhale, look up at the thumbs. Exhale, forward fold, relax the head and neck. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweeping the arms all the way up. And then back to Samastihiti. Awesome. All right, so you're at the top of the mat. I'm coming to the top of the mat. We're going to work on chair pose. So bending into the knees until the knees touch. We'll inhale the arms up. Maybe the palms are together, maybe they're apart. Looking up at the ceiling, relaxing the shoulder blades down the back. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Nice, let's inhale, straighten the legs. Exhale, forward fold for a sun breath. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweeping the arms all the way up and back to Samastihiti. Nice. Awesome. All right, so we're at the top of the mat. And we're going to step the right leg back and to the right a little bit. Inhaling the arms up for warrior 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Nice. Inhale, straighten the left leg. We'll turn all the toes to the side of the mat, all the toes to the back of the mat, and we'll do warrior 1 on the other side. So bending into the left knee. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Awesome. Opening into warrior 2. So take a moment here, adjust your stance. You can turn the left toes towards the side of the mat, maybe bend into the right knee a little bit more. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Awesome. Inhale, straightening the right leg. Turn all the toes to the side. We're going to do warrior 2 on the other side. So bending into the left knee. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Awesome. Let's windmill the arms. Hands frame the foot. We're going to come back into high plank, staying here, or low plank. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward dog. And we'll take a breath here. And we're going to come to the knees and cross at the ankles. And we'll come back into boat pose. So you can keep the hands behind you for boat pose, or just lifting up the legs, or you can have the arms out, or you can have the hands underneath the knees, or you can do a traditional boat pose, however you'd like to. 3, 4, and 5. Awesome. So we'll crisscross applesauce and just push into the hands, lifting the sit bones up. And we'll do one more. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Awesome. So we'll crisscross applesauce. And this time we'll just roll over. And we're coming into a tabletop position. And we'll do a little cat-cow here. So the hips are right above the knees and the shoulders are right above the elbows. above the wrists. And so on our cat-cow, we're going to inhale, dropping the abdomen towards the mat. And on the exhale, we're going to round the back, tucking the chin. And we'll do that again. Please feel free to do these at your own pace. Inhaling and exhaling. And we're going to add in just a little bit of movement, more movement rather. So on your next exhale, when you're rounding the back, you can drop the sit bones towards the heels if that's comfortable. If it's not, you don't have to. And then on your inhale, you come back up, curving the spine, exhaling, rounding the back. Remember, you can always hum on the way down, which activates the vagus nerve, getting that parasympathetic nervous system ready for our restorative yoga. On your exhale, or you can just listen to me hum. Maybe that will help activate your vagus nerve. So wherever you are, we're going to do one more. Awesome. And when you are complete, we'll bring the sit bones back to the heels, maybe bringing the forehead to the backs of the hands. You can have the legs together for your child's pose, or you can have the legs out wider. Maybe rocking the forehead on the mat. A little third eye massage. We'll take one more breath here. Awesome. All right, so let's come up. We're going to walk our hands back to our torso, maybe cross at the ankles, and rolling over. And we'll just keep the legs out long, remembering that this is a restorative practice. So if you want to use, I just happen to have some pillows here. You can bring pillows in front of you or not. We're not in the restorative poses for too long. So from here, we'll inhale, lengthen, and exhale, and come forward. And breathing. And so we've done our Ashtanga Vinyasa activity, and now we're allowing the body to kind of just settle and enjoy the stretch, enjoying the breath as you feel it moving in through the nose and out through the nose. We'll take one more breath here. Awesome. And we're going to slowly bring ourselves back up to the center. And we'll cross at the ankle and roll over, coming into a Sphinx position. So we're going to do our moving Sphinx first before we move into a restorative Sphinx pose. So the elbows are underneath the shoulders and the palms are flat on the floor. And starting with the head at neutral, so you're looking straight ahead, taking an inhale in through the nose, and then exhaling through the mouth over the right shoulder. And we'll inhale back to center. Exhale over the opposite shoulder. So inhale and exhale. We'll do one more time. And then we'll come back to center. And just breathing, relaxing the shoulder blades down the back. If this feels uncomfortable to you, you can always place a bolster or a rolled blanket underneath your armpits or your chest, just to give you a little more support. Remember that you can close the eyes here. In Sphinx, you're sending breath down, relaxing the low back, releasing any tension in the gluteus maximus muscles. And then imagining that you're sending breath down to relax the entire right leg. And then sending breath down to relax the entire left leg. Imagine that your hips are melting into the mat. Completely tension-free. We'll take one more breath here. And then releasing. If you have a blanket underneath you, you'll just bring that out from underneath. We're going to push into the mat and come back into child's pose. Just for a moment. You can leave the arms long. You can have the arms to your side. Your forehead might be on the mat, but it also might not be on the mat. Totally fine. We'll take one more breath here. Awesome. And then we'll slowly come up. And we'll do not completely restorative, but we're going to do a back stretch. That's kind of like rabbit. So we'll leave the hands. We're going to interlace the fingers behind us. Sitting Zen style. Take an inhale in on the exhale, tucking the chin, rounding down the front side of the body, bringing the crown of the head to the mat, maybe the foreheads to the knees. You might be lifting up at this point. Lifting the hips up as high as you can, and the arms come over the body, over the head. Breathing. If you feel there might be too much pressure on the top of the head, you can always place a blanket underneath. Breathing. Remembering your upper legs may be perpendicular to the mat, or they may not be. Letting the shoulders relax. We'll take one more breath here. Awesome. So first bringing the hands back to the low back, and then the sit bones come to the heels, and then slowly rolling up vertebrae by vertebrae. And we'll just take a breath. And when you're ready, we're going to move into Janu Sirsasana, so separate leg stretching pose, seated. Again, you can use your pillow on your leg if you would like to. And we're going to inhale, lengthen the spine, exhale, turning towards your outstretched leg, and then come down. So I start with my right leg out, but you might have your left leg. It's totally fine. Either way. And once you're comfortable on this side, just taking a nice deep breath. Sometimes in these practices with longer held poses, it's hard in the beginning to allow the body to really relax and to allow the mind to relax. And if this happens, just really focusing on the breath. Knowing inside that this type of practice, this type of stillness practice is really awesome. It has amazing health benefits for your mind and your body. We'll take one more breath here. And then we'll slowly inhale back up using your hands. And we'll switch the legs out. And maybe the pillows if you're using them. So inhale, lengthen, exhale, turning toward your other outstretched leg and come down. Closing the eyes and breathing. Allowing the shoulders to relax. Taking nice deep breaths. Awesome. We're going to take one more breath here. And then slowly inhaling back up. Excellent. All right, so let's come to a wide-legged forward fold. You can put the pillows in front of you if you want to, or your blankets or your bolster. And we'll inhale, lengthen, and come forward. Relaxing the head and neck. Taking a nice deep breath here once you're really comfortable. And just as a reminder, if you find that you come into the pose and you're not super comfortable, always take time to adjust yourself. Maybe you'll be more comfortable sitting on a blanket. Or having more support underneath. There's always that freedom to find maximum comfort. We'll take one more breath here. Then inhaling slowly back up using your hands to support yourself. Awesome. And let's do a cobbler's pose or butterfly also, just to get that good inner leg stretch. So since we sit in this for a little bit longer, usually having the heels further away from the torso is more comfortable. Placing the pillows on top. And we'll inhale and come forward. Of course, if you'd like to do more of a Ashtanga, Baddha Konasana, cobbler's pose, you can bring the heels closer into the sit bones, using the elbows to push the knees down. Taking a deep breath when you're feeling really comfortable in the pose. And breathing. Keeping the focus on the breath. We'll take one more breath here. And then slowly inhaling back up. I'm going to work on supported fish. So I just happen to have a bolster. I don't have my rolled blanket handy. If you have a rolled blanket, or even if you have a couple of pillows, or some people like to use blocks right here at the upper back, bringing that rolled blanket right underneath and then laying back. So some people like to have a shorter blanket so that the head leans back onto the mat, which is totally fine. If you find that happening and you do not like the feeling on your neck, you can always place a pillow underneath the head. So this is very heart opening. So maybe taking a few deep breaths when you're in this pose. Maybe even focusing on the heart. And while you're here and breathing, cultivating those feelings of gratitude and joy that having an open heart chakra provides and affords. Letting yourself sink into these warm-hearted feelings. We'll take one more breath here. And then rolling over to one side and taking the bolster, blanket, pillow, block from behind you. And we'll just settle onto the mat, drawing the knees up to the chest. Maybe you want to rock a little bit from side to side. And we'll end with a supine twist. So bringing the knees over to the right side. Arms can be out long to the side, or you can bring the arms up over the head. Whatever feels the most comfortable for you. Closing the eyes here. Taking nice deep breaths. I'll take one more breath. And then using the right hand underneath the right knee, drawing the knees slowly back up to center, giving yourself another nice hug. And then we'll bring the knees over to the left side. So the knees come to meet the floor, and then the right shoulder comes to meet the floor. And it's totally fine if the right shoulder is not square on the floor, unless it's uncomfortable, in which case you can place a blanket or a pillow underneath the right shoulder, or maybe a blanket or pillow in between the knees. We'll take one more deep breath here. And then using the left hand underneath the left knee, drawing the knees back up to center, giving yourself a nice hug. And if you'd like to do a little happy baby, by bringing the soles of the feet up to the ceiling and grabbing onto the soles of the feet from the inside or the outside, just rocking on the low back. And then when you're ready, moving into your favorite savasana. So that might be with the legs long, or you might like to have the soles of the feet on the mat with the knees together and the knees to touch. Closing the eyes. Maybe you have a pillow or a blanket. And if you still feel tension in the body, the option is always there to take a deep breath and maybe breathe out through the mouth. And as you're breathing in your savasana, knowing that we have worked through every meridian and energetic center in the body. We've removed all blockages of energy. And we exist now in a new space. A space filled with joy and gratitude and peace. And we'll remain in this space until our next practice. We'll take one more breath in Savasana. And then when you're ready, just very gently beginning to bring your awareness back to the room. So maybe wiggling your fingers and toes. And when you're ready, drawing the knees up to your chest and completely rolling over to one side. One cat-free side. When you're ready, rolling over a little bit more, using your arms to push yourself up. And we'll just take one last breath together. We'll inhale the arms up and palms heart center. Namaste and thank you.